The maiden launch attempt of the Small Satellite Launch Vehicle SSLV by ISRO did not manage to deliver the satellites on the desired orbit. Was it a failure or it is a stepping stone to the success? Let's look at the news in UPSC perspective. I am Ashif Mahin. Welcome to Ekam IAS. The Small Satellite Launch Vehicle, that is SSLV, is a revolutionary launch vehicle introduced by ISRO. What are the significance of this launch vehicle? The first attempt to put satellites on their orbit by this vehicle was a failure, which was done by SSLV D1. However, the launch was not a complete failure. In fact, the failure happened at the last stage when the satellite is placed into the desired orbit. There were a malfunction of some sensors, and because of that, we couldn't place the satellite in the desired orbit, which was circular. Instead, the rocket placed that satellites in an elliptical orbit, made that satellite useless. Let's look at some of the key points you need to understand regarding SSLV and the satellite which it launched. The important factors when it comes to satellite launch vehicles are: number one, the payload; number two, the cost at which the payload is delivered. In the case of SSLV, they have a payload capacity of 500 kg, which means they can carry mini, micro, nano satellites to the space. It can take the satellites up to an altitude of 500 kilometers from the surface of the Earth to the low Earth orbit. The SSLV is a multi-stage rocket with 3 stages. All these 3 stages are solid motors. Up until now, we had PSLV to deliver satellites to the low Earth orbit. The SSLV is a substitution for PSLV to deliver small satellites to the low Earth orbit. For a comparison, the lift-off mass of SSLV is only 1/3 is that of PSLV, which makes the PSLV special, having low turnaround time. The turnaround time is a common word used in many situations, many technologies. In rocket technology, it means that it is the time takes for a rocket to finish and get ready for the launch. In case of SSLV, it takes only 72 hours and 5 to 6 technicians to make this launch ready, which also means that we can do the launch cost effectively. Since the sheer size of the rocket is small, we need only minimum launch infrastructure, which also makes this launch cost effective. Let's look at the significance of small satellite launch vehicles. Today, at the era of technology, the space-based technologies are developing so fast. There is a huge demand in the market for launching small satellites to the low Earth orbit. In that case, the cost effectiveness of the small satellite launch vehicles such as SSLV will be an attractive option for the private players. Since there is only minimum turnaround time, the SSLV can be used launch on demand basis. The launch on demand capabilities and low cost will make the space launch vehicle SSLV attractive to the private sectors as well. The SSLV D1 were supposed to deliver the Earth Observation Satellite EOS-2 and ASADSat. Let's look at some of the details about EOS-2 and ASADSat. Earth Observation Satellite EOS-2 is an optical satellite, and it is a remote sensing satellite which comes under the category of microsats. It works in infrared bandwidth so that it is considered as an all-weather satellite. It was a technology demonstration for the on-demand satellite launching capabilities of SSLV. The ASADSat is a student satellite which was built by the initiative Space Kids India. The girls students all around the country put together these satellites with 75 different payloads. It was supposed to conduct femto experiments. It encompasses a lot of instruments for the communications like ham radios and sensors to study the radiation level in the low Earth orbit. This satellite was a CubeSat weighing around only 8 kilograms. Let's try to solve a model question. Give your answers in the comment section. The answers, explanation and the material will be available in our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel link is down there in the description box. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.